Shalom everyone, hope you're all doing really well. So as it's nearing my birthday in a few days' time, I was sitting and wondering and thinking about birthdays in general, birthday celebrations, and just thinking about how most people in this world make a spectacle really out of their birthday. They plan months and weeks in advance, inviting all their friends and family members, spending a whole lot of money on food and drinks, and to me it is a waste of time. Now, even though I say that, I did once upon a time myself celebrate my birthdays, but the last birthday that I really did celebrate was when I was 21. And soon after that, I realized and found out that birthdays, in fact, are rooted in paganism, birthday celebrations. And so, therefore, I was like, I do not want to take part in that. It's it's just another day, really. I mean, yes, you can tell by your birthdays, how old you are, but it's just another day. And, down to the 4th century, Christianity really didn't, or rather rejected birthday celebrations because they knew it was rooted in paganism. And I know that many, even believers and Christians, to this day, to still celebrate birthdays. They join in the world in celebrating their birth. And so I do want to read a quote by Anton LaVey once again that does talk about birthdays. And I think this is a good lesson, a good thing for people to hear coming from a former Satanist, former devil worshipper, just speaking about birthdays. So this is Anton LaVey speaking about birthdays. He goes on to say, and this is an excerpt out of his book, one of his books. He says, the highest of all holidays in the Satanic religion is the date of one's own birth. Every man is a god if he chooses to recognize himself as one. So, the Satanist celebrates his own birthday as the most important holiday of the year. Despite the fact that some of us may not have been wanted, or at least were not particularly planned, we're glad, even if no one else is, that we are here. You should give yourself a pat on the back, buy yourself whatever you want, treat yourself like the king or god that you are, and generally celebrate your birthday with as much pomp and ceremony as possible. Now, speaking of ceremony, I think, how do I put this that doesn't sound bad? Speaking of ceremony, when you're celebrating someone's birthday and you're singing, the happy birthday song, I think, in my opinion at least, that the singing of the song is actually a satanic ritual because you've got people surrounding the birthday girl or the birthday boy, and you're standing all together and you're singing a song in unison. You're kind of like chanting the song. So that's kind of like a ritual, and yeah. And also I think the candles on the cake symbolize rather part of a ritual too. He goes on to say, why not really be honest? And if you are going to create a God in your image, why not create that God as yourself? And many people these days, including Christians, including believers themselves, go on to celebrate their own birth with huge celebrations, not knowing that that in fact is one of the most high satanic holidays. And that's coming from a Satanist himself. And many Satanists have confirmed that. And it's quite sad that many believers, many Christians out there don't see anything wrong with that. I think if you are to point it out to them, they ask, hey, what is wrong with you? Like, why are you saying that? It's just a birthday. It's just something harmless. They defend it just as they do with Christmas and Easter and Halloween and all the rest. We as believing men and women really need to be careful in what we partake in, what we choose to celebrate, who we choose to associate with. And I think what we as believers might find harmless it actually is quite harmful and an abomination even to Yahweh. We need to stop making excuses. We need to stop looking for loopholes around Yahweh's word, around Yahweh telling us to stay away from evil and darkness and wickedness, and we're still doing that and thinking it's okay, it's just a bit of fun. I think we need to be tired of looking for loopholes and saying, you know what, I choose Yahweh's side, I choose the light, I choose blessings. I don't want to live in darkness, I don't want any curses, and I don't want to do anything that displeases Yahweh. I think that is very important. We need to take Yahweh seriously. We need to take our eternity seriously. And we certainly need to take the spiritual world seriously. And I think, even when it comes to birthdays, I think that it's something that is displeasing to Yahweh because it is mimicking the world. It is mimicking Satanists and devil worshippers who it's their number one holiday. And you might not believe me, but it's like, just research for yourselves and know and find out that celebrating birthdays is of a pagan origin. And I think that's all that needs to be said once that's found out and believed. And we are not to partake in works of the devil. And so, like I said, we need to just really get right with Yahweh, repent, and choose to serve Him instead of the devil. We cannot definitely serve two masters. So I pray that this somehow helped. I just really wanted to read the quote mostly from Anton and to let people know that, it might be your birthday, but don't make a big, huge deal out of it because it's satanic, whether you believe it or not. But I hope that Yahweh does work in your heart to convict you of these things and to give you the desire to research more and find out for yourselves. So until next time, thank you for watching and shalom.